down in Texas. What was that couple days like for you as the guys pushed to nationals?
It was great. I mean, obviously it's a stressful, few days as you go through. You're trying to qualify for the finals, but it was awesome. It's always great once you come out, on the right side of things. After the final round, it makes it all worth it. But it's pretty intense as you go through it. As much as you sit there and try to tell the guys, hey, it's just another week, it's just another tournament. It's certainly different, and the reward is just a lot bigger.
So you qualified for the national championships first time since 2001. As a former Rebel, a captain who also led the team to a national championship, does this mean a little bit more for you?
It means a lot more. I mean, it's really cool. I was telling someone the other day that, to get to this stage with your team is very special. No matter, if you have any, form of a tie-in, but to do it at your alma mater, and lead a team, where you were a former player it makes it just, that much more special. And I'm just so happy for the guys. They get to experience the same feeling as I did, a few years back.
Just 3 years this turnaround's been for you. What's made it possible to push these teams to these heights so soon?
Yeah, these guys, the guys in the locker room, I mean, they've made it all possible. Certainly we've had some guidance, but I can't thank my seniors enough for what they've done for this program, and I try to tell people as much as they'll listen. It's this senior class is pretty special. From what they, the team that they were on previous, to my arrival and Coach Ellis's arrival, to where they are now is pretty cool, and it's pretty remarkable that it's only been 3 years.
For all those accolades that you had for your team and both the guys individually, you have to be exceeding expectations. Or did you see this potential just 3 years in?
No, I'd be lying if I said we weren't exceeding expectations. And as you take over a program, there are so many things that you don't know what to expect. So there are a lot of unknowns, a lot of variables that are there. And certainly, they've clicked on all cylinders this year. And it's hard to have expected, what they've done this year, when you first took the job.
Having guys like Braden and Ben at the top, what's that like, having a 1-2 punch like that?
It's a great feeling. It gives you a great feeling when those two guys are walking around the golf course, because more often than not, you can count on 2 scores. And, you're only counting 4 scores each day, so you're halfway there, right out of the gates. So if those other 3 guys can, piece together around here, around there, then you're going to be in the hunt, even at this level. So they've done such an amazing job being, their good has been very, very good, but the consistency that they have shown has been remarkable.
So you talked about the 2 guys and having the rest of those guys kind of step it up. It's kind of made it easy for you that those guys have solidified themselves as having the same 5 go out there. What's that been like, knowing who you're going to be rolling with week in and week out?
I think there is a lot of comfort, that goes into, having this lineup and having the same lineup, right? And that goes from just the little things, with rooming with each other, and we've kept the same guys rooming with each other in the hotel, and who you're getting into the van with. That really helps. You get that familiarity, and this time of year, there are so many variables and things are changing so much that the more you can keep consistent, the better, and it really helps you.
So you head up to Illinois. Who can we expect to step up? Maybe a name that doesn't always jump out, and what do you expect from your team this week?
Honestly, this team has surprised me all year long, and I think they'll all play well. I really do. Josh Seipel is very used to that kind of grass. Kerry Sweeney has stepped up, in final rounds in every big situation that we've had. Noah West has stepped up throughout the year, and I know that his best golf is ahead of him. And then once again, you have Ben and Braden. So I'm not saying it to try to make anyone feel any better, but I promise you, I feel good with all 5 of these guys, and any one of them is capable of breaking through at any point in time.
How do you think they're going to take on this challenge?
Oh, they'll love it. I mean, they're going to relish it. A lot of our message that we sent at regionals and we've started to send to these guys, once we got back last week, was the hard work is already behind us. The hardest week of the year was regionals, right? So this is, a reward, and getting up to Chicago is a reward. Does that mean our job is done yet? Of course not. But the hard work, they've put in to get to this point, all that's behind us. They need to go have fun. They need to just react, enjoy the moment. It looks like it's going to be pretty tough up there. So the more comfortable they can be and relaxed that they can be, the better we're going to fare.